Today, we're diving into a really exciting topic, how localized marketing strategies, AI-driven personalization, and omnichannel campaigns are shaping the e-commerce experience in Taiwan. Whether you're into digital marketing, user engagement, or just curious about how to grow as a leader in tech, I think you'll really enjoy this. I'm joined today by Sunny Chen, Senior Product Manager at Yahoo Taiwan. Sunny, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me. Really excited to chat.
All right, so let's kick things off with something that's super relevant to your day-to-day. You work in the Taiwan market, which has its own shopping culture, behaviors, and expectations. So what are some unique challenges or opportunities you've run into when localizing e-commerce content and marketing for Taiwanese users?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. Um, I think one of the biggest challenges is that we're not just translating language, we're actually designing for different user habits and expectations. Like, for example, in Taiwan, users are super used to seeing a lot of promotional content right on the homepage. Things like banners, discounts, pop-ups all at once. But if you look at Western markets, especially the US, people usually prefer a much cleaner, more minimal interface. So what we do is really adjust the whole visual presentation based on the region. In Taiwan, we lean into those bold, attention-grabbing promos, while in the US, we'll tone it down a bit and go for a more streamlined look.
Oh, well, that makes sense. But how do you make sure those design choices and content strategies truly reflect what local users want?
Oh, honestly, we work super closely with local editors and business teams here because they really know that clicks with users, like how they scroll when they're browsing or what kind of promotions they're expecting. And the cool thing is, even though we're not officially working on global strategy, sometimes the things we are trying here actually inspire ideas for other regions. So I'd say that's a big opportunity. We get innovate locally, but there's still a chance to influence globally.
Oh, I love that. It's not just about localization, it's actually a form of innovation as well. It really makes a difference in how users relate to the product.
Yeah, exactly.
So, speaking of change and innovation, there's been a lot of buzz around personalization and AI lately. So, with your experience in content optimization, what trends do you see shaping user engagement in the next year or two?
Wow, I have to say there's so much happening right now. It's honestly kind of wild. One of the biggest shifts we're seeing is how we're using large language models. Like before, we had to do a lot of manual tagging and optimization. It was super time consuming. But now with these models, we can actually understand both the user side and the product side a lot better. That means we can match things way faster and smarter when it comes to personalized recommendations. And another cool trend is generative AI. We're now able to create things like banners, videos, even full campaign materials really quickly. It's saving a ton of time for marketing teams, and it also gives us a lot more room to experiment and iterate.
Yeah, that's truly a game changer. I personally use AI every day as well. So I think AI is really transforming now how fast teams can create and experiment, right?
Yeah. Oh, there's one more thing that just came to my mind: conversational commerce, which I personally think is super exciting.
Hold on, sorry to interrupt. I've never heard of conversational commerce. What's that?
Okay. You can imagine like this. You're not really browsing a site anymore. Instead, you're just chatting with a smart assistant that knows your style, your preferences, your budget, everything. So you could just say something like, "Hey, I'm looking for a waterproof jacket under $100." And boom, the right results just show up, totally personalized. That's the kind of interface I think we're moving toward. It's a way more natural, intuitive, and user centric.
Well, that's wild and honestly kind of exciting as well. I can totally see that being the norm in a few years. Okay, now let's shift gears a bit. You've also worked on campaigns that connect the dots between online and offline, right?
Yeah.
Can you share a few examples of how Yahoo Taiwan is doing omnichannel marketing, especially where digital meets physical?
Yeah, definitely. So online, we do all the usual stuff like display ads, social media campaigns, EDMs, app push notifications, and messaging. But also we try to get creative when it comes to offline engagement. So one fun example is we actually ran a campaign at a baseball stadium where we teamed up with the local team's mascot. We handed out QR code coupons during the baseball game, and fans could scan them to get discounts and purchase online. It was super engaging, and honestly, people really loved it.
Wow, that's really clever. I mean, that's a really clever way to connect the brand with something people can experience in real life. I really like that.
Yeah. Here's another one. We're actually doing this right now. So we partner with a retail brand to let users transfer their loyalty points between our two platforms. So it wasn't just about getting eyeballs. It was more about building this connected experience where people felt like they were getting real value both online and offline. So yeah, I'd say those types of activities really make an impact. It's not just marketing; it's more like building a relationship with user in multiple touch points.
Yeah, I think that's such a smart use of touch points, like blending physical moments with digital rewards. Okay, we're almost at the end, but I want to wrap with something more personal. I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, you've been in product and e-commerce leadership for a while now. So, what soft skills have been the most important in your journey?
Oh, wow. I love this question. So, for me, I say active listening is huge. When you're leading across different teams like engineer, design, business, customer care, you really need to listen and understand where everyone's coming from, not just wait for your turn to talk. And then I think skills like negotiation and storytelling become super important too. A lot of the time, you're trying to influence people without having any direct authority over them. So it's not about handing them a to do list, it's about aligning everyone around a shared vision.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I believe listening is really important when it comes to teamwork, and it's very important to keep everything on the same page. Okay, so I have one last question. If you could go back and talk to your younger self, what kind of advice would you give her?
Okay. If I could go back and give myself some advice, I'd probably say stay curious. Like, don't be afraid to ask why. even if the answer isn't clear yet. This mindset seriously helps me grow so much faster. And also think bigger. Don't just chase short-term wins like clicks on a discount banner. Think about how you're building long-term loyalty and trust and user value because honestly, that's the stuff that really lasts.
Well, that's amazing advice. Honestly, I think a lot of people, especially those early in their careers, are going to take that to heart. So, Sunny, thank you so much for this conversation. From localization to AI and to leadership, you've shared so many valuable insights. It's been such a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it.
Same here. And for everyone listening, whether you're building a career in digital marketing, curious about where e commerce is headed, or just looking for a little inspiration, thanks for joining us. We hope Sunny's experience gave you something to think about and maybe even something to act on. Until next time, take care and keep learning.